Too late.
Right, just need to knock that down a little bit. Right, we're live.
Fuck off, we're self-isolated.
I can only imagine
Welcome to Inside In Livin La Vida Lockdown. It is the online comedy chat show hosted by me, Rob Mulholland. Today we've got another brilliant lineup of guests. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have with me, I will introduce him in order. Michael started eating. I was going to introduce him, but I'll put you last, mate. Finish your snack. Underneath me, we've got Jojo Sutherland. Hooray!
Whoa!
Did you say boo?
Are you booing
Woo.
Jojo? Woo! It was a woo.
I'm next to you on my screen.
Yeah, look, right. I'm gonna talk according to what they can see on their screen. Oh, fucking hell.
Right.
Tell you what I have forgotten to do here. I forgot to put your Twitter handles on. I'm going to do that while we're talking.
We've got professionalism.
I know, mate. I'm so fucking slick. At the moment, you are currently Thomas Green from the other day. But down in this corner, we've got Mick Ferry. Hello, Mick.
Woo!
Hello.
That's definitely a woo.
Yeah, and also next to me here, we've got Michael Odewale. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. If I knew what the title of the show was, I might not have done it.
Yeah, I know. Like, I am very much against puns in general, apart from when it's the fun title of a wacky show.
When did you turn into a local radio DJ?
Mate, I've been in lockdown too fucking long. It's like...
What are you eating, Michael?
It's popcorn. Is it making a noise?
Yeah, of course it fucking is.
Yeah,
it's
it
popcorn. That's what it does. What do you mean, is it making a noise? Also, I'm just having some carrot sticks.
I didn't know.
Have you never heard
I'm still going to do it.
Michael? Seriously,
What's that?
You've never heard anybody eat popcorn near you before?
No, I didn't know it was coming into your earphones. Guys, I didn't.
What do you mean? You sat in front of a microphone.
Like munching away.
Sounds like you're walking over a pebbled footpath.
Sound like a Foley
I feel
artist.
bad.
Yeah, well, you know, don't feel
It's
bad.
all right,
do
yeah.
better.
You're away, darling. I don't think. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't hear a
carry
fucking
on.
word you say. But
Who possibly is that going to annoy?
Don't suck it.
I
That
can
look
suck on
weird.
it.
No,
Suck
don't.
on
That'll be stranger.
Thanks for coming on, guys. It's good to have you. Basically, I'm bored, so I'm just having my mates on for a chat. Like, how are you finding lockdown in general? Like, Jojo, what's your situation? Who are you locked down with, and where are you?
I am just outside Edinburgh. I'm locked down with my husband, my son, and my daughter.
All right, that's not too bad.
We're all in different time zones, though, because the kids are staying up half the night, and we're kind of, but
Yeah.
I've got a garden. I live in a nice village. It's barely any difference, really. I'm not drinking as much, so that's it.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm a social beast, so I like fucking drinking when I'm out, but I'm not out.
Yeah, I don't drink in the house normally myself, but this is the only time I'm doing it.
Mm.
Well, I haven't adopted that quite yet, but there's still plenty of time, isn't there?
Yeah, I think it's a fair time to start. Like, you know, if you are drinking at home right now, I don't think anyone could have any judgment for you.
No.
The only alcohol I have left is a leftover bottle of champagne. So this is what I've been sipping.
A leftover bottle? How do you end up with a leftover bottle?
Yeah, how many bottles of champagne have you fucking got?
Like you have a leftover bottle.
Oh yeah, we got one left over from the case.
I just had one left over, and I've just been sipping on it throughout this lockdown.
So how long have you had
on the one bottle?
How long has it been
How
open?
are you supposed to drink champagne?
Like quickly, I think, before it goes flat. I think that's the first thing.
It's definitely flat. It's definitely flat.
Have you tried the spoon in the upside down spoon in the neck of the bottle?
That's another myth, isn't it? Does it?
What's that?
All right, so like what you're meant to do with champagne, like to keep it fresh, is you put a spoon handle first into it. I don't know if it needs to be like silver or whatever, but like
it's
handle
not a vampire.
first is obvious.
No, I thought there might be some sort of reaction. Yeah, I know you didn't need to like take it to a priest to get blessed. But like Jojo, you reckon that's a myth?
What's the science?
Oh,
I think it's a myth because
well,
I've never tried it, to be fair.
I believe it because I believe every story I'm told in a pub.
Yeah, Mick's been out burning down 5G masts, haven't you?
Fucking too right, yeah.
To be fair, I've never been given cause to have a bottle of champagne that I've needed to save to the next day or another day.
I don't drink it. because
Well,
for socialist reasons, because I think more working class people have died as a result of posh men clinking glasses of champagne, celebrating some deal we've come to, than any other alcoholic drink in the world. So
yeah, fair point.
that's why I don't drink it.
So Michael, you are very much the oppressor, which
No,
may be news.
I'm taking it back. That's a twist.
Yeah, I think it counts as reclaiming.
Yeah, you murderer of the working classes.
Yeah, the real enemy here. Like
finally, cultural appropriation working the other way. It's champagne. Who would have thought?
That is appropriating white culture there. Yeah, oppressing people whilst drinking champagne. Yeah, bang on. That's our shit.
Okay.
So whereabouts are you at, man? Where are you? Whereabouts in London are you at the moment, man?
I'm in Dagenham in East London. I live with my mum, so I'm just kind of here right now, and I was saying, like, I didn't really leave the house.
Are they packets of nappies?
Yes, they are. They are.
Right.
My granddad's nappies. We send them over to Nigeria when he uses them.
Well, it took a turn. I was like,
hang on a fucking minute. Fucking rewind. All of our faces are on a fucking picture.
Right. Because
Can you just rewind on that, Michael?
I think what happened there is all of us went, can we question that? Or is this something that we're just completely missing, that is a cultural thing that we're going to wander into? What are you fucking on about?
Older people, sometimes they have issues.
Fine, mate. It's fine, mate.
No. But I didn't know you could buy adult nappies. Are they adult nappies? They're not baby nappies.
I've never sort of questioned the branding of it, to be honest.
Well,
it's more the sizing. Yeah, it's more the sizing than the branding.
They're quite large. I agree. They are quite.
Hopefully,
they're big ones.
Yeah. Have you tried one of these out, Michael? Have you ever given one a go?
No.
If there was adult nappies in my house, I would try one.
I thought they were sanitary towels, but I was like, that's really fucking large to be a sanitary towel.
How big is my granddad's period?
But to be honest, I've got to the age, I'm 51 on a night out. Give me a nappy instead of going to the toilet. I'll fucking gladly wear one.
Yeah.
Take it. It's quite useful.
I could just still sit around the table drinking beer and just let myself go.
Yeah, I don't think any of us need that in the Salisbury. No, man. Like, we need it there for flavour now. Like, we need it cutting in. It's like I always enjoy the backdrops that comedians choose for themselves.
I am looking for sponsorship, so I will happily be the face.
Sponsorship for what?
Just money coming in. I don't
know.
All right,
fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, why don't you model them? Why don't you put them on now? Let's model them
right now. I don't know.
Yeah, come on. Let's see you in a nappy, Michael.
Yeah.
It's got about 12 viewers.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
You know, like that dozen people really want to see. Like, the comments are going wild, man. I'm not looking at them, but I'm assuming they are.
They just, I feel like that's a fetish sort of thing.
Yeah,
like
there is that
type thing.
Mate, if you want to make some money, honestly, right, there are people on the internet who would definitely pay to see you in an adult nappy.
But also buy them after you've worn them.
Yes, that is true. The more worn, the better, I think, for those guys.
Isn't there about people's dirty knickers and stuff?
So in Japan, they've got vending machines.
Yeah.
I suppose they've got old school girls' knickers in them. Yeah. And men put money in and can say them. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a mate I've got a good mate from Leeds who does that sort of stuff online. She's a cam girl, right? So she like goes online and like shows people her bits for money, basically. But she sells knickers and that as well. She said though that like the more dirty they are, the more valuable they are. So sometimes she'll get a dog to lick them before she puts them in the post. Like sometimes they're unworn and it's just the dog's been at them, and they can't tell the difference apparently.
Do you know what? I'm getting to a stage now. This is not such a bad idea. If we are in lockdown for much fucking longer, if that is a viable option and people pay money, I'm going to consider it.
Fair enough.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Instead of me binning my undies when I've shit myself on a night out, and just putting them in a toilet, hiding them behind the toilet system, I'm going to keep them.
Yeah, you're sitting on a gold mine, quite literally sat on it. Yeah.
Nights I've come home without any undies on.
I'm sure there is a particular community that would be very much into you as well, Mick. You're quite the bear, aren't you?
That's right. I accidentally shaved my beard 2 weeks ago, so it's not bad in 2 weeks, though, is it?
I've done the same thing as well. Like, I couldn't keep the long beard because, like, without a barber, it's just not happening. So I just had to trim it right back. Yeah. Like,
You've got an accountant's haircut as well, mate.
yeah, I know. Like, it's from, like, look, what can I do? What can I do right now? We can't be judging people for haircuts right now. Like, Michael, what's underneath that hat at the moment?
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not
excuse
taking off
me,
the
I
hat.
think you're
I'm not taking
fine.
off the
Yeah,
hat.
you're doing all right, Jojo. Like, how are you
Yeah.
keeping so
You're doing
immaculate?
well.
Wig. It's a wig, mate. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Michael's not had a trim for a couple of weeks. That is what that hat is about.
Not taking it off.
I'm not taking mine off either. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Look
like
at the vanity in you pair.
Too right.
oh,
Yeah.
Kel
We can't
Surprise,
look like an
comedians.
accountant who's settled down with a girl he went to school with. That's what he looks like. Look at him.
Actually,
You know what I mean?
I've settled down with a girl who went to a much better school than me. Actually,
Well, that's never
Wow.
really.
yeah,
God.
man. Yeah. My girlfriend's
Desperation
private
out there
school
in the
girl.
world. Really?
Wow,
Yeah,
you
man.
really have changed, man.
Hockey sticks.
Yeah, all that, man. I haven't changed though, Michael. Like, I've always
Did she
been into
play?
posh
Did
girls.
she ever play bloody wafer?
Bloody wafer.
Yeah.
I've just got what you mean.
Yeah, it's the girl equivalent of soggy biscuit.
Oh,
Sorry.
Mick.
Wow.
Sorry, I heard it in a pub once.
You could you could only do it once a month, but you got to wait a bit till they're all synced up. You know?
Yeah.
Jojo,
How do you play it, Mick?
I don't know. I've never been asked to take part in a game.
it's just a keen observer.
I think it's just logistics has stopped me playing. I think that's all.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that's
It's like,
Bloody
I
biology,
do know.
innit?
I do know how you play it, but I'm not going to explain it.
Oh,
like
okay.
Jojo, ask the female representative on the
Yeah.
panel today. Right, is that thing about periods syncing up true? Does that happen?
Yes,
All right, there we
absolutely.
go. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
now we know.
Yeah, there we go. I've always wondered that one.
100%. I lived, or I don't anymore, just one child, and also I'm of a certain age that I don't do that anymore. Yeah, when my girls were younger, and we, all absolutely within 24 hours of each other.
Wow. Okay, so you could have got the biscuit out or the wafer.
Well, now
Is
I
it the
know.
wafer?
Now you fucking. It's a bit late now in the day to tell me fabulous game. I take it the wafer.
Is there
It's
anything
important
that
what
like?
kind of biscuit?
Actually,
Is there anything that sort of syncs up for men?
I don't know. I don't know if we have like monthly
Or
cycles.
toxic masculinity? Just sort of-
Yeah, that's it. That
Yeah.
just sort of increases around each other. I don't know. Like, if you're living in a house of guys, you all like go for a wank at the same time. Eventually, is that what? I don't
Never
think
planned, but
Yeah, you just sort of meet up.
inevitably it would happen.
it would happen because we'd know why you'd sneaked off.
Off.
So you'd be thinking,
take my
right, Rob's
opportunity.
gone off having a wank, so I may as well have the opportunity now to have a wank. And then,
And then we can try and come at the same time.
well, we could do, yeah.
That's getting back to soggy biscuit again, isn't it?
Well, not really. No, nobody's eating it.
Speak for yourself, Mick. Speak for your fucking self. Some of us have got to get the protein any way we can.
Let's start drinking again, pal.
Yeah, no, like the thing is, like, I would, but like I'm like happy and successful now. Like,
Oh.
You what?
yeah, like
You
comparatively.
happy and what?
Comparatively, Mick, you can fuck off.
Happy and what? What was that second word, Rob?
Compared to where I was, Mick, I'm on the rise, Mick. I'm on the fucking rise.
Of
So have
what?
you got some secret stash? Because we're all fucked financially.
Yeah, I've got a rich girlfriend. Yeah,
Oh,
like
Oh, have you?
yeah, man. Yeah.
What, is she? Was she working? Is she watching this?
Yeah, she's not
Does
watching
she
this,
pay?
but she's
Does
working.
she pay any interest in your career?
Oh, none at all. No, she
good.
genuinely she really is not a fan of my comedy at all. You know.
I like your girlfriend.
Yeah, I know
Sounds
you.
good.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah, Mick. Why do you think you've not met her yet? I'm keeping you two a fuck apart. But yeah, genuinely not. Like Mark.
does she not come to gigs or anything?
Oh no, not at all. Like she used to a bit. Like but she just finds it really fucking boring. Like she's just not a fan at all. She finds me funny like round the house, but like she just my comedy as soon as I start, not interested at all. Not a fan.
Before we go on about your girlfriend not being a good match for you, I like that you decided let's soundproof the room, and then you just did a little bit of the wall and thought, "Fuck it."
See, you're making a common mistake there, Mick. That isn't soundproofing. That's acoustic foam. That's to reduce the echo. And actually, you don't want to treat the entire room because then you'll deaden it too much, and the audio will sound a little off. So if you want to swing at the king, mate, you best not miss.
Swing at the king. Well, I can't hear what you're saying, mate. It's echoing.
Fucking prick. All right, Michael. Like, do you go for the same like class as you, or do you like posh girls? Do you like scum? Like, what's your like range on that?
I guess I would say on the posher side. You know, I went to private school for
There
a
you
couple
go.
of years. There we go. You know, I went to there for a couple of years.
Right.
Yeah. But
What
then
school? What was it called?
What's it called? Rayforce. It's in Romford, so that kind of balances it out. Private school in
The
Romford,
Rayforce.
You know what I mean?
Rayforce.
Sounds laser school.
It sounds like an advanced Harry Potter, doesn't it? What house were you in? Rayforce. Fuck.
Nah. So I was there till year 9, but then I ran out of money. Well, not me. I didn't have money.
Yeah, it wasn't you fucking paying.
I went to state school after that. So I got the best of both worlds a little bit.
Yeah. How was that transition, man? Like that transition must be mad. How old were you when you went from private school to normal?
So it's about 13, 14. What's year 10?
Yeah, that's about 13, 14.
First year, second year?
Yeah. It was a weird one because I went to a normal primary school. Then I went to this state school, private school, a bit posher, and I was getting used to that life. Yeah. And then I went back to the poor people. I was like, oh, I'm back where I belong. It was a weird, sort of transition.
Do you keep in touch with anybody from the posh school?
One black friend. I had one other black guy there. I still keep in contact with him. I felt bad. I felt like I abandoned him because we were the only 2 blacks there.
Yeah, now he's just down to one guy by himself. But, like, he's at private school. I'm sure he did all right afterwards. I don't think he's the guy we need to worry about. Yeah. He might have had a hard time at school, don't get me wrong. I'm sure he did. But, like, hopefully that will set him up for life. Like,
it makes you tougher, both worlds.
Yeah, I guess.
Private school makes you tougher?
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, I was asking.
Really?
I was asking if you still kept in touch with anyone, Mick, from private school.
Well, like, do you keep in touch with anyone?
Hey, listen, playing polo is not easy game,
Did you? My horse kept drowning. Do I keep in touch with anybody?
Yeah. No. I was asking Michael if he kept in touch with anybody from when he was at private school.
Miserable antisocial prick. I don't keep in touch with anybody.
Yeah, you must be fucking loving this lockdown, Mick. Apart from the pub being closed, like
the only thing that's affected my life is the stalking. I can't stalk anymore. I can. I'm good at keeping my distances. Always have been. That's the natural skill of the stalker.
Sure.
But I only lied out for 20 minutes a day, so.
What can you really achieve in 20 minutes?
I've had to narrow the radius of my stalking range, and it's proving difficult. You start stalking the same people again. You go, fucking you again. You go, sorry about this, but new rules.
Is it stalking if you stalk different people every time? I thought stalking had to be the same person.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a bit of a maverick when we're stalking. I just stalk whoever the fuck,
You just follow someone home from the park.
I'll just follow them,
Rifle through the bin.
No, I don't always go through the bin.
Not always, but if you think that might be interesting.
Sometimes just sit in the garden, take a shit.
Remember to save it next time.
Leave them confused. Leave them confused.
Keep them guessing.
Switch it up.
Yeah,
switch it up.
Fucking hell. Who's shitting in the garden?
How big's that fucking dog?
Roses.
Fucking squirrels gone mutant. I've never seen squirrel shit, to be honest. We've got loads of squirrels near where we live, and I've never even seen a squirrel having a shit.
No, I've never seen one curling one out. No.
You think at least something I've been curious just about. Panicking, going. The guys going.
Do you reckon they maybe bury their shit or something then? Because I've never seen a squirrel shit.
Yeah, it'd be a predator thing. They wouldn't leave the shit lying around, would they? Because foxes and cats and stuff.
How would you know? What does a squirrel shit look like? Is it like little pellets? I bet little pellets.
I'm going to Google.
Yeah, Google squirrel shit. Yeah.
I bet it's like little rabbit pellets.
I bet so.
Do you think it is? I bet it is, and it's like rat droppings.
Because they've only got little arses.
I have no theories on this.
You should have, Michael.
Well, Michael,
all that money wasted on private school. You've got no theory on squirrel shit.
He's grown up in the city, man. He's never seen a squirrel.
He fucking has. Foxes and squirrels.
They're reading the bins.
Squirrel shit.
They'll be having a fucking field day, the foxes and the squirrels.
Yeah, they've reclaimed the streets.
Squirrel poop.
Yeah.
Images.
Images.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our squirrel dropping is dangerous. Oh, I don't know. Oh, well, hang on. Oh, the bit that... You see that?
Yeah. Point it at the camera,
Oh,
Mick. Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, looks like shit.
It looks more like shit than I expected. I expected like a little ball.
That looks like proper shit.
Yeah, but I bet they're very small.
Quite uniform in size.
Yeah. If you had to eat an animal's shit, which one would you choose?
Horse.
Horse?
Yeah, horse manure.
Right, it's not that bad, but there's loads of it. You've got
What
to
do you
eat
mean
the
it's not
whole
that
shit.
bad?
Yeah, but there's loads of...
What's your basis?
There's loads of oats in it, isn't there? They don't digest the oatmeal.
Yeah, and it's like grass. It's because it's
that's why dogs eat it, because it's good for them.
Like, Michael, to answer your question, on the scale of shit, it's not that bad. Like, I grew up in rural North Yorkshire. You see a lot of horse shit about. It doesn't smell as bad as other shit. And like, it's mainly like grass or whatever they've eaten. It's not as bad. So I get Mick's point, but you're eating a lot of shit there.
We don't have to eat all,
You're
eating
a
whole shit. You're eating one animal's whole shit. They do one
rabbit pellets for me.
Rabbit pellets, yeah.
Maybe
a dormouse poo. One piece of dormouse shit.
Oh, a little bit of mouse shit would be fine, wouldn't it?
Maybe we should adjust this. Maybe we should adjust this for scale. So it's one shit the size of your fist.
Well, mouse shit would just be like seasoning.
But if a mouse, you
could just grate it on a coffee.
If a mouse did a shit the size of your fist, fuck.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a mouse.
That's a big mouse, isn't it? It's a big mouse.
I don't know if I've got traps big enough for that sort of mouse.
Well, you wouldn't be hunting them, would you?
I'd be running the fuck away from a mouse that big.
Exactly.
Like, Jesus.
No, so you got to eat an animal shit the size of your fist.
The size of a fist, yeah.
Hang on, there must be a guide.
There must be a field guide to various animal shits.
Yeah.
You want to go
what would the context be that I have to do this stuff?
All right, let's not. All right, I'm holding your incontinent grandpa hostage.
He had a good life, I think. You know what I mean? I'll be honest.
Oh, that's it. Michael could eat his grandpa's shit.
What? From the nappy?
It'd save you on nappies, wouldn't it?
You could use a nappy to filter out the badness.
Yeah, I think it might affect his relationship with
Wasn't
his
that
grandpa.
the plot
though?
of the Human Centipede? That was the plot of the Human Centipede, I'm sure.
That'd be a great sequel.
This is how
this
was the writers' room. This is how they got it going.
Right, I've typed in so far, right?
Yeah, all right.
Animal poo the size of A, and the options have come up. Softball, tennis ball, pencil, golf ball, box, healthy. What?
Healthy?
Healthy.
Yeah, size of a healthy. Size of a human.
Who's shitting the size of a human?
Human fist. I'm doing human fist.
Human fist, yeah. No, I'm saying the shit is scaled to the size of a fist, Mick. So if a dormouse does it, you have to eat a handful. But if a horse does it, you take a handful out. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I'll eat horse shit then every day.
Horse shit, yeah. I think that's a fairly good shout, to be fair.
Nobody said every day. You added every day.
Every day.
You're adding more to this.
I said once.
Yeah, exactly. Up in the ante at every turn here.
Yeah. It does sound like one of them scenarios. I used to get these in the pub quite a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Who's the best footballer? David Beckham or Steven Gerrard? And if you don't answer, your grandma loses a leg.
Yeah.
Why? Who's come up with this fucking series of questioning? It's a proper bloke's fucking argument, that, isn't it? Well, you've got to do it. You don't. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Is anybody listening?
You want to be an antisocial cunt.
That's getting back to the old not standing on the cracks in the pavement.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to. It's just a way of encouraging conversation. I think Mick's just a miserable bastard. Clearly, what's happened is Mick's been a fucking grumpy fucker in the pub, and someone's gone, I don't know. Would you rather have a hat made of jelly or jelly made of hats? And he's gone, fuck off, you prick. And they've gone, I don't know. I'll just go home. And that was my last night out before the lockdown.
Yeah. I see you've got your emergency supply of toilet roll in the back of your door there.
Oh, right, yes, it's because there's a Leeds United flag on there. It's
is that what it is?
Very amusing. Very amusing, Michael. Very amusing.
Oh, the banter's coming out.
I know, it just so happens, actually, Mick, that yesterday was the anniversary of Cogs's death.
That's right.
It was. Rest in peace, Cogs, yeah.
Absolutely. But the anniversary of Cogs's funeral, you and I and Rob Riley in a fucking casino to 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, and
we knocked it out the park, didn't we?
And then yes, he did, and I had to give Rob my wallet because of my gambling problems.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's funny. How much did you make?
They didn't make anything, man.
No, we didn't play we didn't. We didn't go near the table.
We didn't go in gambling. We just went in for a drink because everything had shut at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, my car broke down the day of Cogs's funeral, so I couldn't go. Gutted.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Like, piece of shit.
Mate, you've seen my fucking car. How can you not believe that didn't break down?
Why are you going to Cog's funeral when you don't drink? You fucking
Exactly.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. That day, I was like, right, look, I'm not going to judge myself if I have an exception today to one of Cogs. I think that might have been the day that the wheels had fallen off this. So, it's probably a good job my car broke down.
It was an absolutely brilliant day. It's really weird to say that about a funeral, but it was so good.
No, but that's how you want it to be, isn't it?
It was like somebody put it. It was like all the people who were there getting pissed and having a laugh were the people who you don't see in the loft bar in Edinburgh.
Yeah. It seemed like it was proper like good egg comics there.
It was just good fun. It was such fun. It was good fun from the service to the piss up afterwards. It was so good.
And that's how it should be for Cogs. It wasn't exactly that fond of sentiment half the time, was he? So
no.
Yeah. Good. Well, I made a little video about him yesterday, just with some clips of his stand-up and that, so people can see more of him. Because there's some fucking great clips of him on YouTube. Hopefully people go and watch more of that. Because you can't really capture it though fully, what it was like seeing.
No,
Cogs.
it's like that's the thing with being in lockdown, and this everybody doing shows and stuff, which I really admire everybody's commitment to it. But it's just not the same as live. It just isn't.
Yeah, this has been a thing that's come up a fair bit on this. Have you done any of these, Michael? Have you done a live stand-up gig?
No, none of the virtual ones.
Nah, how about you? I did one. Jojo, Mick, you done any of these?
No.
The sort of fake gigs, basically.
I'm doing one on Friday. I think I'm doing one on Friday for Comedia.
Oh, right.
4 or 5 minutes, but I'm just going to write 4 or 5 minutes. Just going to write a monologue. Basically.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do, man.
I haven't done anything live. I did the stand.
Right.
But I
recorded
it.
Right,
pre-recorded it. And then Hot Water showed one of the weekends that I was there, but that was just a rerun.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of doing for 5 minutes is just to do this. Just go, knock, knock.
This is what I miss.
Yeah, this is it. It's brutal.
That's the weirdest thing is doing something, because if you're in a live environment, you see it either works or it doesn't work. But when you're recording something and you kind of go, you write something, you go, oh yeah, I think this is quite funny, and you do it, and then you go, it wasn't quite right, I'll do it again. And the more you do it, the less fucking funny it becomes.
Well, at 1 minute, there's a tip from me with 30 seconds to go until 8 p.m. on Thursday night. Shout a joke out of your bedroom window.
Mate, I actually did go for a walk the other Thursday just so I could hear applause. I timed it. I was walking around the streets in my head, like 1 minute to wait. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, our next act coming to the stage, please welcome. Honestly, it's unreal that, and that's the thing. It feels like giving a starving dog a plastic bone doing those gigs online. I did one via Zoom, so you could see all the people who were the audience. It was just grim. Because an actor I was on with, who was on before me, tried to do crowd work, and the delay fucking killed him. And you could just see people not giving a shit. The problem is because they're at home, they're just watching the telly basically. So you see them fuck off for a piss, or you can see a few of them just talking to whoever's next to them with their microphone muted, not paying attention. And
one thing that does give you a bit of an adrenaline rush is it any of the things that go out, like the stand or Hot Water, is the live comments. They're fucking. They keep you on your fucking toes. You're comments, internet comments are that's one part of it you can keep sharp. You can keep that thick skin that you need for comedy. Yeah. That is very much kept sharp by the internet.
I don't know. The fact that you can't actually see your accuser though, it's a bit Kafkaesque, isn't it? Somebody can give you a lot of abuse and you can't confront them or see them. Yeah. I just wonder how many comments.
I look like Sid the Sloth.
I don't know what Sid. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, good one. I wonder how many comics are doing hack lines like, "Oh, look at you in your Brokeback Mountain pajamas."
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just move this microphone in case you can't see.
Yeah. you sit down in front of your laptop and they build a house around you.
Yeah. Oh, you look like a boyfriend if they were all, talking to each other on the internet rather than, being together in a boy band. Yeah, it's rough, man. You can't...
What was that?
It was being a bad mark, mate. Don't worry about it, mate.
Oh, right, it's okay. Hey, never mind. Hey,
you can't win them all. Yeah, this is what it's like dying on the fucking internet. Like, I'll tell you.
There's actually proper videos.
Nothing worse than dying with a 3-second delay, man.
I know, that's the brutal thing. You got to wait 3 seconds and you're like, oh, here comes the laugh. Oh, no. Man, like, my favourite genre of internet comments are people who are, like, disappointed in you. Like, have you had any of these where, like, I've had people going, like, I thought you were really funny until I watched this other video where you said a thing I didn't like, and now I think you're bad. And it's like, I'm never going to watch your videos again. Good, fuck off.
I can't remember. This reminds me, I can't remember, he told me years ago, a comic told me that the worst thing they'd ever had said to him after, I'm trying to remember the name. If you know who it is, tell me who it is. But after a gig years ago, somebody came up to them and said, does your mum and dad know you're doing this?
Wow.
That's that awful.
That's brutal. So that's the thing, like, that's what hecklers often get wrong. Like, hecklers, like, especially like internet commenters do the same thing as well. They always get, like, you will have all had this at some point, just like where they call you a comedian in inverted commas. Yeah, or like say that you're not funny.
So-called comedian.
So-called comedian. They say you're not funny, they go for that. And it's like, that is the worst way to try and get at a comedian. We all know we're funny. We've stood in front of thousands of people who are laughing at us. We know for an objective fact we are funny. You can't touch us on that. Get us on an existential level. If you want to fuck with a comedian, just be like, why are you doing this? Like, that is the level where you can fuck with someone. Yeah. Just like, who hurt you to make you like this?
That's this is how you. I had in Cambridge one night was what a woman said. What is it you want?
Oh, fuck.
What do you want from this?
I was closing a gig. I was dying on my hall. The act in the middle were a musical act, and they just fucking ripped the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And then in the final interval, there was a group of lads going around doing Hitler impressions.
Oh, brilliant.
That's the kind of crowd it was. So I got, and I was dying on my hall for 10 minutes, and then when that woman said that, what is it you want from us? It was... I was in the point of I couldn't even make a comeback because I thought I was going to cry. I had to just
like, it's so hard. Like, there are occasions where your status on stage is already so low because of the gig you've been having, and like, like most of the time, if you catch a heckle, you're the guy who's been like, you've been doing loads of jokes, and they're like, oh, like, we like this guy. Who's this shouting at them? We'll go, brilliant. They've said something witty back at them. But when you're already the prick who has been ruining the show, when they already hate you, then someone heckles you. You've got no authority to be like, shut up, prick, because no one wants to listen to
you. There's about a 5-year delay between me telling a story and realising something about sort of maybe the denial of comedy or doing badly at a gig. Jonglers in Edinburgh, and that was that weird room where it was like a tennis court. You had to keep looking.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was just, the whole night was horrendous. It was like talking into a wind tunnel. You couldn't hear yourself think. And I was telling somebody that all the acts, they were booing all the acts on. And I was just how awful that they were booing the acts on. And then somebody turned around to me and said, Are you sure they weren't booing you off? I'd never in 5 years, I told that story loads of times. It never crossed my mind.
That's so funny.
Me.
Oh, that's... It's like, you never believe, every time I stopped talking, they kept booing the next guy.
Bless you.
Oh, that's so sweet. How about you, Michael? Like, have you ever been like fully defeated like that? Have you ever had to like crawl off stage, basically?
I've never had like a philosophical pondering, like something that's just taken me out of like, what is my purpose here? You know what I mean? I've never had one of those, to be honest.
But like, you must have been in a gig where you have just lost all control of it, and it's completely got away from you, and you were just pissing in the wind. Like, that feeling is fucking horrible. Like, I'm
trying to think, one where
is he about to tell us he's never died on stage?
Mate, if he does, I'm booting him out of this chat. Like, I'm booting him out of the conversation.
I've not had a special death story though. Just
you've not been in the game long enough, man. If you've not had a death story that made you question your entire life, you've not been in it long enough, right?
That's the curiosity of the stand-up game. And tell people, if somebody says, "Oh, I had a great gig last night," it's like, "Oh, fucking, we know what they're like, mate." If somebody in the dressing room somebody says, "Fucking hell, last night, mate. God, oh, what was it?
Yeah,
what happened?
pull up a chair.
Yeah.
Like the Preston Guildhall just closed down.
It does make you feel so much better. And even watching, I do love watching a death.
Oh, I love it. Watching one of my mates die on their ass. Nom. It's especially good when it's a comedian I know is good, right? For some reason, that's better watching them flail. And watching how they react to it, how different people react to when it's not going right.
Some people are brilliant dying. I don't like watching people die because I just don't like that feeling because I can feel it on their behalf. But some people are brilliant. One of the best deaths I've ever seen. And he was so funny. He got weirder and weirder and weirder. And the crowd were getting fucking angry with him. It was Dave Johns. And it was at Cardiff, the Glee Club. It was about 10 years ago. Dying on his own, but he just got weirder and weirder. And you see them getting angry. Like, does he not understand that we think he's shit? Does he not sink it in? And he was just having so much fun with it. I was fucking howling at the back of the room. It was just so funny to watch.
That is definitely it. I don't like watching people die in their arse that can't handle it, but watching really fucking good acts. My favourite is the Reverend Obadiah Steppenwolf III.
Yeah.
Watching him because he splits a room anyway. And do you know what I mean? When people just hate him, and the way he handles it is just fucking joyous. You know?
Yeah.
I've never had the confidence to take him with me when I'm dying. Like if I'm dying, we're all dying. I've never had that.
Oh, so you have died, Michael. Now we're getting to it.
Oh, he definitely fucking has. I've seen him.
Tried to salvage it.
You try to salvage it. Sometimes it's beyond salvage. Sometimes it's best to just enjoy it, Michael.
Yeah, there is that.
Going down. You've got 5 minutes left. Look at you watch and think, I'll just get weirder.
Yeah, sometimes, see, I never quite throw in the towel. I've always got a bit like, I can pull this back a bit. But I think that I learned early on from having some gigs where I sort of I try too hard to get them to like me again. That is certain death, and I'll go home hating myself. I think there comes a point where you've got to try and take a bit of dignity back from it. And I go on the attack a bit at that point and start telling them off for being shit and pointing out the fact that I do this 5 nights a week and it's them who's definitely fucking wrong. And sometimes that will be the thing that salvages me. And if it's not, I feel good. So, it's I was already dying. This will be 16 minutes in. It's fucking over. It's like a last roll of the dice at that point.
Oh, it's about this time when I'm doing anything online, I like to drink out of my Hydrate 5 glass.
Wow. How many litres is that?
It's 1.3 litres.
Oh, that is handy. Yeah. Keeps you hydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a leak-proof top I'm seeing on there?
Is that what?
A leak-proof cap?
Yes, it is, yeah. From Amazon.
Yeah. There we go.
So I'm a bit of an influencer at the minute.
Oh yeah, is that your new? Is that your apocalypse job? Is that what you're going for?
I'm selling nappies. You're selling jugs.
Yeah, but also as well. Sometimes I just like to hold glasses for no reason when I'm talking.
Cheeky little fever tree.
Right, you see,
in there.
See, you think this is funny. I'm genuinely going to have to tick a different box when I upload my video today. Now, there's a thing where you have to declare if there is product placement in the video.
Off, really?
I'm going to have to put that fucking setting on now.
Put this on.
There we go.
Funs and Games.
Funs and Games is coming back, isn't it?
No, is it fog?
All right, okay. Fucking hell. Right, let it go.
But I don't know. It might be. Yeah, we were talking about before the classic Funs and Games. We were talking about doing shows later in the year. Then this happens.
Yeah.
So, when do we think we'll get out? Does anybody have a idea?
Let's do some wild speculation.
Late September.
Yeah.
You genuinely think that?
Yeah, before anything's back to normal.
Yeah, I think
back to normal, but not locked in till September.
No, because I don't think we can just open the floodgates and say everybody can go back out again because we're fucking idiots. We'll see a spike. I think they'll probably wait until he's basically 0 new cases before they start letting people out of the house.
Yeah, it might be like waves. I think we might get out and then have to come back in. I think that might happen. And I think it'll be dribs and drabs. I think I've written this year off basically as not being a year where live comedy is going to be viable.
Well,
I hope I'm wrong.
I do that every year, mate. So.
Ahead of the curve there, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Be surprised Edinburgh Edinburgh took so long to dead it.
I'm not surprised
No.
because they're
Because
fucking.
nobody's
I'm surprised
involved
it's not
with it.
still going on. I'm
Yeah,
surprised it's not still
exactly.
going on.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're giving anyone their fucking money back. Those robbing
You
bastards.
can donate it. You can donate
Oh
it.
yeah?
Can't you?
This is the cheekiest fucking shit, right? So like, for anyone, like, obviously anyone watching who isn't aware, right? The Edinburgh Festival took ages to cancel, and they take money off artists who are applying to do the festival in order to be in the brochure. They charge you like 300 or 400 quid, depending on when you do it. And in order for like when they came to finally, they agreed they were going to have to cancel the festival. And reluctantly, they're like, right, we can roll your registration over to next year, or you can have your money back, or you could donate it to the Fringe Society. And fuck right off. Of all the charities in the world, the fucking Fringe Society. Do you want to piss off?
In their defence, being Scottish and in Edinburgh and in their defence.
Sure.
They can't. The reason it took so long is because nobody owns the Fringe. It doesn't belong to anybody. It's an open arts access. Do you know what I mean?
It's not open. It's open.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, Mick. The whole principle of it. So the Fringe Society is just a fucking box office. It doesn't have any authority. All it does is facilitate things. So they weren't in a position to cancel it. There were so many people involved, which is why it took so long. And also, did you see the wording that the Edinburgh Fringe will not go ahead this year as planned?
Yeah.
I reckon if the venues are open, there'll be Fringe shows on.
Yeah, like there will, like
it'll be more local. I'll have one, thanks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to blur Mick's screen for the entirety of this. I think. But no, like, that is all very sensible and reasonable. But that's not what this show is about, right? Don't come on here with your facts and your wealth.
We want reactionary hot takes.
Yeah. I want me and Mick spouting bollocks based on nothing that we know.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that is all. Yeah, all right, that is kind of fair. But still, fuck the Edinburgh Festival mostly. I would say the infrastructure around.
You reckon it'll come back next year any different?
They won't. The Fringe Society will probably go bust now. So
fingers crossed.
You've got your wish.
Yeah, but nobody owns it. Nobody owns the Fringe Society.
Exactly. So we can just start.
No. The Fringe Society doesn't own the Fringe. The Fringe Society still has to operate, and they won't have any funds to do it.
And to answer your question, Michael, I don't know. I think it'll be back. Yeah, like I think it'll be back. I don't know whether lessons will be learned. I don't know whether anything will change at the Edinburgh Festival as a result of this. I doubt it, to be honest with you.
They might come back more humble, you know.
Yeah, they might. They might be. I don't think it'll stop acts going up 10 years too early.
No, I don't think that'll happen. I think there'll be, the award will be won by one of the people that we could have predicted in January who got a show in the Pleasance. And look, I love the Edinburgh Festival. I just hate the bureaucracy around it, and I hate the sort of corporatization of it. And
it's too commercial, and I think it's probably the best thing for the Fringe to press the restart button and see what develops out of it.
But it's also as well, I think it's taking advantage of the place where it's. We fail to realise that as an act, when you're up there, you rely on a big part of your audience being Scottish. They're actually local people going there. Because the expense of the festival itself, just going visiting, is massively extortionate. So I think they're taking advantage of the performers up there and the local people as well for relying on them to keep it funded. That's exactly what's happening. That needs to change, but it won't change. You'll have an Ibis hotel charging nearly £300 a night for a fucking hotel room in the middle of the festival, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's
nearly
crazy.
£6 a pint in some of the bars. You don't even get any proper discount for being a performer, which should be accessible in all bars across the country.
This is it. Yeah, like there's
just a couple.
There's so much talk at the festival about why is the festival so middle class, and why aren't there enough working class artists here, and why aren't there enough BAME voices here? It's because there's a fucking 400 quid entry fee before you get to paying fucking 1,500 quid for your flat. Then you pay for your venue. Then you pay for PR.
So absolute cunt landlords are not giving people's money back because they're saying, well, you've booked the flat, it's still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't want it for August, but that's not the landlord's fault, apparently, even though they know that the festival's been cancelled and that's why they're not renting out the flat. fucking arsehole.
Well, do you know what? The state of some of them flats, Southside management, I'm going to call them out.
Yeah, fuck them.
We had a terrible time with them. Do you know what? Maybe we shouldn't pay for a flat, and at the end of the run, they could come around with a bucket, and we put in what we think it was fucking worth. That's what we'll do with the flats from now on.
It's totally true, man. Like, there's just so many like institutional ways that it is sort of set up to fuck you over, the Edinburgh Festival. Like, it's not a festival that is, I don't know. It needs a lot changing about it, and I just don't know if anything will be the thing that wakes it up, though, to be honest with you. I think there's too many people making too much money out of it. And like the whole city of Edinburgh, it happens year round now, that these mad festivals run by a big company where half the city's closed off to residents, you know.
Yeah. Edinburgh gets fucking pissed off.
Yeah,
and also Scottish acts get fucked off as well, because we get completely and utterly ignored during.
Well, I met a guy once who was complaining about the Monaco Grand Prix because he lives in Monaco. And he said, it's a nightmare, mate. He said 3 weeks before it starts, they close down the roads, and it takes 2 weeks afterwards to get them going again. It's horrible. And I said, but you're a multimillionaire living in Monaco. He said, what difference does that make?
It makes some difference. Yeah. It's like not everyone's lockdown situation is the same. When people talk about we're all in it together, like, you know, like Michael's in a flat full of nappies right now. That is not the same.
Yeah.
That's not good, is it?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I've been enjoying that from celebrities, like tweeting from their fucking their grounds, like, you know, where they've got a butler handing them a mimosa, and it's like, just stay at home, guys, just stay at home. Why would you want to go outside? Like, yeah.
Oh well, there's also as well. I think there's a bit of a backlash going on in the States against celebrities tweeting on, because at one time that used to be seen as aspirational over there. Yeah, do a video from the side of your pool. That's the American dream. But I think they're getting to the stage where even the average American is now going, please stop it. Shut the fuck off. Go and fuck yourself. Yeah. Yeah,
like right now is not time for a flex. Like, you know,
at the beginning, when we first, I don't know about you guys, I'm sure it was exactly the same, but, you know, when the initial shock of just the club shutting and just looking down the barrel of nothingness, of no money coming in, and, you know, and I did a radio thing, sort of the impact and blah, 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 and I was still in shock. And people, you know, other people were saying, yeah, no, in shock, you know, blah, blah.
Molly,
Molly, shut up. But it's those people, who were still kind of working, just going, oh yes, well, I think I'll use the time. I think I'll use the time to learn French.
Sorry,
Jojo. Right. You say something very interesting. It's just Mick's dog being a cunt.
A good
point.
I'm
being fucking heckled by a dog.
Come here, Molly. Come here.
Right.
Come here, girl.
Try that again. Now he's sating this dog. Try that again, Jojo.
What I'm saying is, when you think about all in the same boat, and I think we're very much all in our own life rafts, and that, you know, my situation and, you know, yours changed overnight with no income coming in. And, you know, there's sort of this radio phone in where people were kind of discussing how, you know, how they were going to cope with, you know, sort of working from home and all this kind of stuff. And some people are, you know, really worried about homeschooling and, you know, lack of income. And then there's other people that are just going, oh, well, I think I'm going to rather enjoy it. And I think I might take the time to learn French.
Yeah, totally.
Fuck off.
Yeah, like I saw a great tweet. I saw a great tweet on that. Like, I can't remember who it was, but I retweeted it on my timeline. Someone put, like, when they put, oh, right, just calm down, everyone. Everyone's just going to have to work from home for a bit. Someone retweeted with it, oh, I guess the living room's getting tarmac tomorrow then. You know, not everyone can fucking work from home.
To be honest, we've been like nearly a month at home now, nearly a month and a month since it started, and then over 3 weeks. Yeah, over 3 weeks. Well, I from when he told the pubs to shut the Friday, that's when I.
Yeah, that's when it's over for me. When McDonald's and the pub went down, this shit's fucking.
Yeah. That's when I. But you look at it now, it's like being in Edinburgh. Because look at your bank account, look what money's come in.
And look what shit's on the internet.
It's like we've just done. It's like we've just done a month in fucking Edinburgh as it is anyway.
Yeah, but normally when I've done Edinburgh, I've got a load of change. Yeah. Like, at least I've normally got a bucket full of fucking pennies to go home with. Like, this time, absolutely nothing. But yeah.
So when are you guys gonna get TikTok? When is that gonna happen?
Yeah. I'm holding
I asked my daughter to teach me how to do it, and she rolled her eyes and literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
to be fair,
TikTok.
I think you got to appreciate sort of the editing skills these kids are growing up.
I watched
now.
a 2-hour
really
video yesterday of a guy
splicing
taking
together
down
stuff.
a tree.
A 2-hour video of someone cutting down a tree.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now, mate.
With what did he use?
He used a selection of chainsaws. It was quite cathartic.
He used chainsaws, and it took 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a big tree, mate.
Yeah, he fucking wants to be for that.
No, because you've got to take off so many branches from so high up because it can cause damage. It's a science to it.
It
was time lapse. It was time lapse as well.
TikTok, see how that does.
It was time lapse. Yeah.
Raymond Timkins managed...
time lapse. Then it still took 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Did you see Raymond Timkins managed to do a FaceTime live from his pocket, and there was about 15 of us watching a blank screen?
Mate, that is where we're at right now, isn't it? Like, that is where we're at. We're like, blank screen's going on.
I watched it for about 5 minutes, just going, I wonder if anything's going to happen.
I wonder if he's going to get it out of his pocket. I had a mate once who phoned me from a strip club and then put his phone in his pocket while he got a hand job off a stripper. There we go. Missed the old times.
He tells you he was a stripper. He's told you he was a stripper.
Mate, I could very much
hear
He was
giving himself a hand job in the toilet.
Mate, those sound effects were really realistic, to be fair.
What?
Just an Eastern European woman crying.
What? He might have been wanking off in front of an Eastern European woman.
Yeah, it did sound a lot like that, to be honest. Yeah, thinking back now. I've been rumbled. This is like one of your stories, Jojo. I've just realised what's happened. Shit! Yeah, no, I think I was just a free phone sex line from a friend. I'm gonna have to call him after this, see if there's any feelings that we've not explored. So in fact, now would be a great time to experiment. If you're locked down with someone of the same gender, wank them off, see if you like it.
I don't
think
that
my son's living here with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah. All right, Rob.
There are boundaries, mate.
I don't know if you've seen Pornhub lately, but that's a very popular category. If you've got any step family,
it's very popular.
Step family.
Yeah, it's like the number one thing. You completed that during lockdown, Michael. Yeah,
just completed that whole category.
What, Pornhub?
Just
one category, just the whole of incest. And then,
what's that? I don't know if I genuinely don't know if it's true or not, but people were tweeting that Pornhub was free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's always free, but
right.
now the premium is free. So like, I don't know, it has upgraded features. But to be honest with you, I've never ran out of porn on the main Pornhub. All right, I've never.
There's always been a fair amount.
There's a lot. I feel like I've not really made a dent in it yet.
0.1%.
Yeah, despite a concerted effort, I really don't think I've cracked through that much. I don't really need the extra
Could use the language cracked through.
Yeah, like I think if you like not.
They say premium has better storylines. So
right, okay. Well, I don't care.
Storylines.
for the plot.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, people have got more time now, haven't they? Like, people have got more time. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to watch this whole porn film. There must be more of that going on.
Just the beginning, middle, and end.
And is anyone actually concerned about coronavirus? How are you all feeling?
Well, I've had it, I think. So, like, as far as I can tell, I've had it. So, with that, I should be immune, as far as we know. So, yeah, I'm feeling all right with that personally. Obviously, it's very worrying, and but personally, I think I'm gonna be okay. But I'm trying to keep positive, really. Trying to use it as a time to, I don't know, do all the shit I was meant to be doing.
Yeah, there is a danger of actually quite enjoying doing all the little jobs that I never have time to do. But as far as coronavirus is concerned, I've just added it to the list of things that will probably kill me.
Sorry about that.
So we're just talking about whether you're worried about dying of coronavirus.
No, it was I just changed my nappy.
What are you?
Contours. This is the brand name.
Yeah, Contours.
Fucking hell! Now I've got to blur out yours as well.
And the thing is as well, nobody knows I'm wearing them. That's how discreet they are.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
saving on toilet paper. So
in these times, it could be a replacement product.
Yeah.
But are you worried about it, Mick? Are you worried about getting it?
Getting what?
Coronavirus.
What do you mean? What?
Yeah, of course I'm 51 and I've never looked after my health.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried about having a heart attack.
Huh?
I'm not worried. I'm just saying I've added coronavirus to my list of things
I quit smoking.
that might kill me.
I quit smoking almost 5 years ago, so
yeah,
the fags thing. But I'm obese. I drink a lot.
You're not much of a runner, are you?
I can run.
Away from
I can
things.
run. You know when you see your dealer park up and he's set off before you can see you.
That is very much the adult version of the ice cream van fucking off, isn't it? So no, I want it. Fuck yeah, no, I was just trying to get the money off me, mate. Jesus.
Yeah.
Has anyone got a dealer that's still working? Mine's packed in now.
I'm getting random text messages off some old numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
Some Mavericks still going on. How about you, Michael? Are you getting any texts?
No, I don't know what room my mum's in.
He's looking around.
He's looking around to see his house is bombed.
Just do a thumbs up or a thumbs down, Michael.
Where I
don't know what you're talking about, guys.
But yeah, like you're a bit rural, probably, aren't you, Jojo?
Yeah, I personally haven't taken advantage of buying anything, but I was.
You're in a fishing village, are you, Jojo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get the smack coming straight in off
So
the
no fucking, cutting out the middle man. But there's a car park opposite our house, and I was down there, and it was a very obvious guy arriving in a car. Sitting, and then 2 or 3 people then just kind of turning up and then go and sitting in the car, and it was like, oh, hello, this is where it's all happening. So good to know.
It's exciting to see.
Are you still chugging all the weed then, Rob?
Yeah. Well, I have been throughout this show.
You could have started up a hydroponics lab in your house in this.
I know. I really should have. I am kind of regretting that I didn't start.
Because it's going to go legal soon, you know, and you're going to have to get ahead of it.
Oh yeah, man, and I'll
over here.
Yeah, it will do. Yeah, I think Boris Johnson will do it, to be honest with you. It's kind of like wacky shit he'd do.
He just wants us all fucking
after the life.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Steps, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? He'll be doing it so you can speed it up. Marijuana Monday, Tuesday cocaine.
I'm down for it, man. I'm down. I think everything should be legal, genuinely. I think every drug should be legal.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, because for a start, making it illegal doesn't fucking work, does it? In normal times, I can get drugs delivered to my house faster than a fucking pizza. Right?
Exactly. Just make it legal, be adult about it, and just say, warning, this can kill you.
Yeah.
This could fuck you up. It could ruin your relationship. It could ruin a fucking marriage. You could lose your house by doing this shit.
Yeah, not with weed. Like, with weed, you might lose your keys.
Well, weed, yeah.
But also, you might have a fucking great time.
Yeah, exactly. That is the biggest danger with drugs, is that you're going to have so much fun you don't want to do anything else. And it's like saying don't do drugs because you might enjoy them too much. It's like saying don't go on holiday to Barbados because you might want to move there.
Well, look at what we like as a society. We're telling people don't congregate in parks because it's dangerous. What we're fucking doing, congregating in parks.
Yeah, man.
If you told everybody tomorrow, say, everybody get out of the fucking house now, it's the law, you've got to go to the park.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. No, it does make me a tiny bit proud in a really fucked up way how absolutely determined this country is to be the most fucked on earth. Like, it's how little we gave a shit, how long it took us to get out of the pub, how everyone went out to sneak one more in. When they said McDonald's was closing, there was a rush on McDonald's. It wasn't like, oh, we should stay away. It was like, well, let's get one last more. It's amazing.
Have you ever been to a country, you've been on a holiday, a country where it's 40 degrees in the middle of the day, and you hear British people going, oh, you don't see local people during the afternoon? No, because they know it's fucking dangerous. They know that you don't go out in the fucking sun.
Yeah, you get skin cancer.
You don't see any locals in the afternoon. No, because it's 40 degrees, mate.
Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun.
Fuck it. Yeah, fucking idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're not as a people. We are, like we have had like it's just this sort of British thing, especially like I feel like there's definitely a British like thing of like we're fucking hard. We'll have a bit of common sense. We'll tough it out. Be fine. I'm fucking tough, me. Couldn't give a shit. And it's like it just doesn't. That's not what this is about. Is
Do you know
it?
where I think it all stems from? That attitude. And you might not be. You're a bit too young. Maybe you're a bit young, Rob. Maybe Michael's definitely too young, but. When me and Jojo were at school, we used to have a thing called a school nurse, a matron.
We had a school nurse.
You could go in there with your skull showing, an eyeball hanging out, and she would give you an aspirin.
Yeah. I had the same shit, man. I had the same shit. Yeah.
That'd be it. You'd be told to go back to your classroom. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, I had the exact same shit. Like whatever you went in with, you got like one paracetamol. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
But the whole Johnston approach in the beginning was just kind of, we're British, we'll fight this.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a fucking virus, you prick.
I know. People are treating it like a fucking war. Like, it's not a war effort. Just, get the fuck home, you daft cunts.
Yeah.
Like old British people who think that they fought in a war. Yeah. Like,
we'll fight it in the syringes.
I just want to say to every British person in their 60s, like, you didn't fight in fucking any war. You weren't in a war. Like, you weren't part of it. Like, everyone who was in a war is like fucking old now. Like, fucking old if you fought in a war. Like, it's all these people who, like, they
very dead now.
Yeah,
they think they
fought in the war because they like Jeremy Clarkson, and for some reason they think that makes them part of it. They're very strange people. And they're
I was watching Clarkson last night on Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they can ask him a question, and he does. He got asked 3 times last, and he clearly knew the fucking answer, but he doesn't give it. So what's the point of having that option on the show?
So he just goes, "Oh, I'm not going to tell you."
No, he says, "I can't. I don't know it." He fucking clearly knew it. Right? The questions was, Charlotte Church was on. Stand was it Little Bighorn, the Alamo, OK Corral, or it was somewhere else. Everybody fucking basic knowledge knows it's Little Bighorn. So he's looking at it. You could tell he knew as well. And you could tell he knew, and he purposely fucking said he didn't know.
I don't know if this is as obvious as you think it is, Mick.
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know.
I was going to go for D somewhere else, actually.
So this is your evidence that he was holding out on people, is that they didn't get that question?
Yeah.
Well, I think he might have just not known, mate.
Of course he fucking knew.
How do you know that he knew?
What, he's like 110 or something?
Yeah, he is old. He went private school as well.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's...
Every GCSE he tweets that, he got like an E, but now he like has a lot of money.
Yeah, it fucks me off, that shit.
That's a common thing of the snot. You get a lot of snobby elite pricks like that going, well, I didn't even do well at school, but I'm a multimillionaire. You go, that loan from your dad fucking helped.
Yeah. Man, I watched, tell you what's a really good film if you bought stuff for something to watch. I watched Knives Out last night. It's like a murder mystery thing with Daniel Craig.
Oh, yes.
It's really good film, right? And there's a lot of that sort of like biting satire. Like everyone in it is like there's a children of a rich parent, and like there's a constant running commentary on just like, it's amazing that all of you are self-made. Every one of you who is his children is completely self-made. And like I never have any beef with anyone who's rich or like posh or whatever. It's when they pretend that they've done it by themselves, it's like that. Then when you're like, nah, I think like, I think all that money helps.
Yeah, probably.
Money does help.
Of course it does.
Wouldn't fucking know, would we?
We definitely won't be knowing anytime soon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, we'll be right, though. Like, us on this
I've drilled a glory hole into my front door.
Are you, right, with you having a glory hole in your front door, are you going out of it, or are you hoping someone comes into it?
No, it's people coming in.
Right, okay, it's an inward hole.
People coming in. Yeah, I've actually got 2, because it's just hand jobs with gloves on. I can do 2 at a time. So I do special offers.
Well, I'm glad you keep it sanitary anyway.
2 for 1 wanks. That sounds very generous.
Well, not 2 for 1. There's a discount. It's not a 2 for 1.
Right.
No.
Right. Is that like a loyalty card you've got to stamp?
It's 15 quid per cock. I'll do 2 at a time for 25 quid.
Oh, that's a fucking decent deal.
It's a reasonable discount,
isn't it? Fucking decent.
25. You shouldn't take cash. It's not sanitary.
That's true.
Nor is any part of that business.
No, these actually.
That's not the bit you want to worry about, man.
You open up the letterbox and they can do a tap. I've got
a card reader.
It's got an eye settle.
Yeah. Card reader. Yeah. They just tap it. That's all.
There we go. So, do you want to give out your address, Mick, so people can come round?
People know it.
Man, Will Duggan gave out his actual phone number on this the other day. So, if anyone wants to call Will Duggan, his phone number is the title of about 3 episodes ago. I changed it to be the title of the episode as well.
Sound like you fell in a dream.
What's that, sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I think my internet connection is getting a little bit unstable, to be honest with you. I think my girlfriend has just started playing a computer game because this always fucking happens when she does that. So, but we're about to wrap it up here, to be honest with you guys. It's been absolutely brilliant.
Nobody's ever seen your girlfriend, Rob.
No.
That's true.
We're all a bit suspicious.
She lives in
I'll tell you
Canada.
the reason why is she has told me she will...
And she's on the computer, is she?
She is, yes.
Okay.
Her name is Annika. She lives in the Ukraine. I hope to go and see her soon.
Yeah.
Oh, Mick.
Right. Before we go, we'll give you a little chance to plug yourself, tell people where they can find you, plug anything you want them to watch, anything like that. We'll go around in turn so you can have a little time to do that. Jojo, tell them about yourself, mate.
I've got absolutely fuck all, mate. I'm sat at my house.
You can get me at Mick Ferry's Happy Wank Palace. Monday to Fridays, 9 p.m. till 10 p.m.
Oh, please, Mick, do that as a fringe show. Mick Ferry's Happy Wank Palace. Oh, I'd come every day, mate.
Well, so would everyone.
You would as well. I'm that good.
Follow Jojo and Mick on the social media though. Mick's been putting out some great videos, getting heckled by squirrels and stuff like that. So that was very enjoyable. So go check those out. Michael, tell them about yourself, mate. Where they can find you, where they can watch you.
Various bits and pieces.
There you go. Your handle's actually below you on this. I've put your Twitter.
Yeah,
handle
I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
Is it just there? Yeah. I'm selling nappies by the pack. Come through for that. They're still available. And that's my business now.
Nice
Instagram
one, man.
and Twitter. Get some few new followers. How many people have watched this, Rob?
I've no idea, mate. You'll be able to see it on YouTube later. It's basically my numbers are low, but I'm growing fast. The metrics are good. The metrics are good.
Back to Mick Ferry's Happy Wank Palace.
Yeah,
I've just figured out how to press gallery, so I can see you all at the same time.
Is this the first?
Well
yeah,
wow.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, you've just managed to see everyone at once as we're wrapping up. Oh, I should have told you about that, but I'm sorry, Mick. I know, for next time, I'd love to have any of you back on. It's been loads of fun and doing loads of these, so it'd be great to have you back on. In the meantime, anyone watching,
it was nice to be on your 11th show.
Yeah, sorry.
Feeling very honoured and special.
Feeling very honoured to be your 34th, 35th, and yeah. Well,
you were lucky to be honest with you, so you should be thankful.
Yeah. Fuck you.
If you've watched this far, you owe me money, but not me. Give it to the Trussell Trust. Google them. I'll put a link below this video. Give some money to them and sort them out because they're doing great work providing meals for people who desperately need it right now. So if you've watched it all the way to the end, you definitely fucking owe them some cash. So give them some. That's a good thing to do. Check out my comedy special. That's coming up in a second. A little link to it. In the meantime, I'll be back with another one of these. 4:20 tomorrow. Who have we got tomorrow? I've got Zoe Lyons, Scott Bennett, and Sean McLaughlin. So you're ahead of all them. You know those that's mediocre nice. Comics.
Comments.
Oh yeah. Oh, I said a word wrong. Oh yeah, I said a fucking word wrong right at the end, and you got to jump on it like a prick, haven't you? Right, we're gonna go now. It's been a pleasure. Catch you same time again tomorrow. Thank you very much for coming on, guys. It's been a joy. See you later. This has been Livin La Vida Lockdown.
Bye. Nice to meet you guys.
Why the fuck did we agree to do that?
Fuck off, we're self-isolated.